Hello. Hello, Seeker. Welcome back to the Existential Shift. I am going live in honor of the full moon in Pisces. And I thought I'll do some messages for Seeker 13th, Zodiac 13th, just to honor 13. You know, yesterday was Friday the 13th. My birth name's total in numerology is 13. My date of birth total in numerology is 13. I have 13 tattoo on my ankle. I'm not going to show you now. And hello, everybody who's joined. Hi, big hearts for you guys in return. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate you. Happy full moon. Belated, but happy Friday the 13th. What a lovely, lovely day. These mutable energies are doing me really, really good. I love all this mutable energy. I'm a fixed sign. I'm a Taurus, but hey, the existential shift. I'm a shifter, so I swim in these waters in delight. Joseph Campbell said, the psychotic drowns in the same waters in which the mystique swims with delight. Yeah, this full moon in Pisces. Hello. Who is drowning and who is swimming in delight? I would count them both to be the same thing. It's a matter of perspective, right? Anyway, thank you for the likes. Yeah, guys, everyone who's joining, please give the thumbs up. I appreciate the support. This will be a reading, as I started mentioning, for Seeker 13, for Zodiac 13, aka Ophiuchus, as the Greeks like to refer to it as the serpent barrier. The Chinese like to call it the snake sign. Yeah, because see, a year has 12 months, but it also has 13 moon cycles. Enough with shading the number 13. Buildings skip here to number 13 in the floors. Like, what's that about? It's a holy number, not a bad number. What's going on with Americans? 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, the Death card. Speaking of 13, I know this one will come out, of course. All right. So, Seeker, you went from having an imbalanced relationships. Hello, everyone. To being like, I'd rather be on my own, and creating a massive change in your life. So some of you may have been, I'm using the Spellcasters tarot, by the way. So some of you may have been like, I'm done with being a beggar, to let's plant my own plants to make my own. But that required to literally step away or make massive changes in your life, which is very brave. You've planted something. You've planted something after something that you used to receive from someone or from exterior sources. You've decided that you want to have for yourself, so you started planting the seeds for it and working towards it, and it's a slow growth, but that is creating a massive shift and change in your life that is heightened in this full moon. Hello. I love how the cards are so symbolic. M is the 13th letter. Well, M here. All 3 of my names begin with M. That's awesome. Who's drowning? The Apprentice. Well, if you're drowning, open your eyes, feel the vertigo, and enjoy the ride. I'm not going to tell you to try to escape it, because when you try to swim against the current, you only drown deeper. Release, let go. Let go and see where it leads you. Okay. So, more people join. Hello, everyone. I'm doing a reading for Secret 13. You can you can scroll it to the start and see from the beginning, but happy to have you guys join. I've been losing weight all year and really started working a program in OA about a month ago, and this really resonates. Yay! Major weight loss requires major change. Of course. Hi, Joe. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Show me more, please, for these full moon energies for Secret 13. 3 of Wands in the upright. 1, 3, 3. 13, 3. So this is a direction that you feel really, really good about. That you see the potential and you see the potential of growth. Now, here's the thing that I want to clarify. The fruits of the labor, although coming soon, are currently, you may not be feeling them tangibly. It doesn't mean that it's not working. Whatever it is that you're doing is working and is leading to very good places. It's like you've sent out a new echo to the universe, which will manifest different events than what you're used to. Now you need to let them come. Saturn is going direct soon on the 18th, and Pluto will be going direct on October 3rd, I think. 1-3, how symbolic. A lot of things will start happening that are karmic results. Karma can be good, karma can be bad. It's all just a result of what you've planted. I'm looking nice, thank you. I just had an event at my dojo, my karate dojo, which was a lot of fun. I love these people. They're awesome. Okay, let's keep going and see more for Secret 13 for these energies. 3 of Swords and 9 of Wands. So there's some sort of disappointment that you have experienced or are experiencing now, a heartache, a pain, don't we all? But it seems to still be in your physical body. What do I mean by that? Memory, muscle memory. Triggers. There are still very strong triggers within you when people say certain things, do certain things, something happens that triggers a response that you normally give to things like that. It's no longer part of reality, but you're still carrying it with you. I want to advise to be aware of that. Okay, so for example, next time something triggers you, next time something angers you, upsets you, saddens you, first acknowledge it. Don't judge, don't dismiss, don't shame yourself. Acknowledge how you feel. Feel it. But then also look at it. Okay, what is it about this thing, this saying, this whatever event triggered? Is it realistic for me to respond emotionally this way? Now, whether the answer is yes or the answer is no, there's no room for shame or guilt. I want you to look at it from a very compassionate, accepting place and allow yourself to feel whatever this is, but with awareness and consciousness to where it's coming from, and with a cognitive realization of, hey, am I responding emotionally to what just happened, or am I triggered by what just happened into feeling what I once felt? Does that make sense? Because this is currently still in your bones. And the Death card here requires a birth of a new skin. Now, it's not like the bad teacher that is upset with you if you don't do your homework properly. It's not that kind of demand. It's an inner will to grow. So if it takes a day, or if it takes 10 days, or if it takes 100 days, it's okay as long as it's happening, as long as you're a part of this process. That's been your experience over the past week. Okay, nice to know that it's resonating. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to stop for a second again and say hi. 26 people, 6 likes. I would appreciate more likes from everyone who's here, just to support. This is you too, Stephanie. So this is almond milk with real bananas blended in it. It's really good. I really recommend it. So the past no longer exists, so just let it go. What Melissa just wrote. Okay, chat time. Ooh, King of Swords. We'll talk about it in a second. Who's this guy? What do you want? So, the past no longer exists. I should let it go. So there is the saying, which is very correct, that the past no longer exists. The future doesn't exist yet, right? Our brain lives in the past and in the future. Our brain remembers the past and plans the future. But the only thing that is actually real is the present, is the current, is what we're experiencing in the moment. Because as I said, the past no longer is, the future not yet. Which makes the heart the most relevant thing for life. Because what is in the moment is first and foremost, before the analytical processing or understanding of anything that we're going through. First, there's the emotional experience, aka the trigger, the response, the reaction, the sensation. Literally, the heart, the emotion is the only thing that is truly existing in the moment. So on that aspect, I'm supportive of what you just said. But let's expand this for a second. The past no longer exists. It actually does. It created you in a way, right? You are now the sum of the past and the present and events and situations and people and relationships and all that. So it exists in you. It's not you. So the past is to be acknowledged and used, as opposed to necessarily letting go of. Now let's expand it a little further. If we touch on the multiverse, as opposed to the universe, aka time is not linear, time actually happens parallel, simultaneously, just in different dimensions, different parallel universe, theoretically infinite ones. So the past currently still exists. The future already exists, and the present, all of them exist at once. Now, why am I going into this tangent? I don't want you to let go of the past. I want you to use it. How do you use the past? Change the memories that you need to change. Strengthen the ones that you could use. How do you change memories? Well, how do you change the past? By changing memories. You go in your head to something that happened that created a trigger, that created a sensation, that created anything in you. Trauma, pain, something itches. Okay. And you imagine it evolving in a different way that it did, like giving it a happy ending or a happy evolution. And use your imagination, whatever serves you. You literally change the past by doing so. Because as we said, the past doesn't exist anymore. So it's not like a material thing that we need to mold. It's in the ethers. The only thing that holds the past to this 3D reality that we're experiencing is our brain that remembers the memories. So by playing with our memories, by playing with our brain, we literally change the past. Whatever has happened to you in the past that you wish you could have changed, well, here's an announcement by the Existential Shift. You can change it. Because it's not like I need to take this candle and change its shape. No, it's not that kind of magic. It's very much neurological, really, if you think of it. Choose an event for the sake of this full moon homework. Choose an event from your past that shocked you, shook you, traumatized you, that you wish you could have avoided. And recreate it with your imagination into something benefic. Do it every night, every morning. Change your memory, literally like a mantra. But it needs to be pushed into your subconscious. So it's not enough to just say it. I want you to imagine it, like really experience the sensation. So first you need to go to the event, feel it as it is, the pain of it, all of it. Create the emotional reaction, the emotional trigger. Literally be in that time and space. Emotionally, not just cognitively. Okay? You start with the brain, you remember what was, and then you start feeling it, really feeling it. Go into it. And when you're there emotionally, when you feel like you're in that emotional state of being, as terrifying, as scary, and as painful as it is, you're brave, you can do it. Then start changing the narrative. And when you feel the change, when the narrative changes and you start to have an emotional response to it that is lighter, happier, easier, that's how your subconscious will align its memory with it. Saying it is not enough. You need to use your emotional reaction. So if instead of feeling traumatized by an event, you feel overjoyed with something, that actually manages to change the subconscious memory. And that's the thing that literally can change your past. How does it connect to parallel multiverses? Because everything constantly changes like a butterfly effect. Use the quantum physics in your head. I'm not going to dive into it right now. Thank you, Melissa, Rosa. Thank you for the insight. You're most welcome. Thank you for the $4.99. I really appreciate the support and the energy transaction. It really helps. Everything you guys do, from super chats to booking private readings to purchasing my extendeds, my tarot masterclass, it helps to support the continuance of this channel. Because we all got to make a living, right? So thank you. So I'm not going to dive into the quantum physics aspect of it, but I do recommend for you as an added homework to check out quantum physics. Unfortunately, I don't know if today they teach it in high schools. When I was in high school, they were teaching physics, but not quantum physics, which is funny because quantum physics is at least 100 years old, or about 100 years old. So I would say it's about time for the education system to teach it. But hey, why give too much power to the people and make them know how much they can change the reality? No, let's just keep them believing that it's the system. Yeah, right. Whitney has brought up an example of sexual assaults. Yeah, things that are very, very difficult in your memory. Do the work. It's possible. That's witchcraft. I'm sorry, guys, but just lighting candles and burning wish lists, that's not witchcraft. Playing with your brain and creating an entire new subconscious, thus creating an entire new reality, that's witchcraft. The rest is just games. Cute games. But still, it's games. Hello. All right, let's keep going. Oh, the King of Swords stopped by. I was like, hey, let's see what he wants. If I think Saturn will move us forward, it will either move you forward or will kick your ass backwards, depending on what kind of work you've been doing. So I recommend putting in the work now. You have 3 days, but no pressure. Just kidding. Well, it's the planet of karma. Once it goes direct, we receive what we've planted. Some of us already, I mean, you feel the effect already. I feel good about it. I feel really relieved in the past few days. Like a certain burden was, certain load was, taken off my back. But I love this mutable energy, and I'm not afraid of karma. So that's just me. Show me this King of Swords, please, for Seeker 13. Clarify King of Swords for Seeker 13. Oh, 2 cards fell in the reverse. I don't know what they are yet. Let's see. Speaking of Saturn. Hi, Saturn. So the World in the reverse. And hi. Hi, Mama. Hi, love. The World in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse. Okay. So someone in your life, Seeker, has unresolved things with you that they either want to talk about or fix or mend, but they don't want to close that cycle. So whoever this King of Swords is, whether it's someone exterior to you or maybe it's you, they don't want to close certain cycles. Now, I don't know if the cycle that they don't want to close is the cycle with you, or if it's cycles around them in their life that affect their connection to you. Okay, let's look further. Mimi Harris, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you, love. Thank you, anyone who supports my channel this way. Thank you. Okay. Let's see further for Seeker 13. 5 of Cups. Yes, someone is sad without you somewhere. Probably this King of Swords here that feel like there wasn't a proper closure of some sort. I can't avoid, seeing how in the Temperance here he's holding 2 cups, right? Temper the elements within them. And here it's like 3 cups spilled and he's holding these 2 cups. This character feels imbalanced, unwell even. There's a sense of emotional imbalance and some sort of grief or sadness, but the mind is very strong. They're very strong in their mind space. So I feel like this is someone that thinks a lot but feels pain. Max says, this is literally my ex who has ghosted me. Ghosting is a thing here, isn't it? What's going on? Like, what's with this method? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't even have anything to say about it. I generally don't get it. Like, how cowardly can you be? What's the big deal? Hey, it's not working out. Bye. What's with the ghosting? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, let's keep going for Seeker 13, please. I don't get it. Like, I have literally nothing smart to say about that because I think there's nothing smart to say about something like that. It's just unbelievable. Oh. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Yay. So there's a new flow of love, Seekers. This could be within yourself. Like I express for myself a sense of relief and release. And this could literally be someone new. When I first started with quantum physics, I thought I would be confused, but it makes a lot of sense. Yes. I'm awesome. Thank you, Rihanna. Yes, it does make a lot of sense, quantum physics. It explains so many things about our existence that we don't understand and fear, so we try to put on exterior mysterious sources. Thank you for the $8 into the light. Ooh, I like that. $8. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Namaste. Gasho. What was I saying? Oh, quantum. Mama Chella, thank you for the 444. You guys are on a roll. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Quantum physics is actually simple. It's not difficult to understand. There's also a lot of videos on YouTube that explain it. And the way it connects to the notion of multiverses is even better. It just explains a lot about our reality and about manifestation. If you carry every sign in my chart, how does that affect your mental state? I'm an intuitive astrologer, but listen, I can say that I think a lot of us carry a lot of the zodiacs in our chart. I think the sun sign is, I think it's known. The sun sign is a very, very small aspect of our human condition and our human mechanism. The chart gives us the big picture. Now, this is very much like the tarot. So let me go on a tantrum about tarot and astrology and all these occult tools that are beautiful. And they basically express and signify the human condition and its complexity and its wholesomeness. In what way do I mean by that? So just like the 78 cards of the classic tarot deck represents different aspects of the human condition, and it just all depends on which aspects we feed more or feed less, and which ones we express more in one time frame, this or the other. Same goes with the chart, with our signs. We all have all the zodiacs. We put them up front in our behavior and in our inside, depending on the situation and what they represent. So, for example, being a Gemini Sun versus being Mars in Gemini is two different things, because the focus is on different aspects of your life. Okay? So we all have it all inside of us. It really all depends which energies we put in what situation, which more and which less. And I think astrology, as our other occult tools, is meant to guide us to break through it and not to live by it. Okay, it's like a roadmap to show us the way out of the woods. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stay in the woods. I'm this tree. I'm Taurus. I'm this tree, so I'm staying here forever. No, this tree is a part of the woods. You want to get from this point to that point, you have to go through that tree, go through that experience, but then go through that bush, a different aspect of your chart, and then go through that corner and that path and all that, and meet the raven over there and meet the wolf over there, and have all these aspects of your chart in you that you learn about yourself and go through. And it's supposed to help you to, the only way out is in. So you go into the woods, you learn everything, and then you leave the woods all familiar and aware. Thus, a soul that is enlightened, for its multi aspects and knows itself better. We're here to be infinite. We are infinite. We just learn different things about ourselves through different aspects of ourselves, life experiences, and our own character. So your chart isn't here to tell you who you are. Your chart is here to tell you what you are going through right now, what human experiences you're going through right now, what there is to learn, and then release. Right? I'm a South Node in Scorpio, just to give example. So I learned really well how to be a Scorpio, and now I'm releasing it towards my North Node in Taurus. But it's not that I'm letting go of it completely. It's a part of me that I've learned and mastered. So I'm not bound by its characters. I'm just familiar with the characters. I can tap into the Scorpio energy in me, but it's not binding of me. You people are no. You can't say that. Don't curse here. Greenspan, are you like a troll, or are you just a nice fellow that happened to say something nasty? I'm not going to block you if you'll explain yourself for a second. But if you won't, okay. So play nice from now on and all will be well, okay? Just respect the platform. Thank you. But yeah, if you'll continue, I'll definitely... Yeah. All right. Ace of Cups. Did that answer your question about astrology? It's relevant for tarot. It's relevant for our numerology. It's relevant for anything about us, really. Okay. Show me this Ace of Cups, please, for Secret 13. There's healing here. And it's interesting because from going from difficulty with integration and challenge with closing emotional cycles and feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the emotions, possibly that are brought up by the full moon. There's, once you feel them, once you dive into it, if you haven't already, then there's a sense of relief, right? Like we spoke, who said to me earlier on that they feel like they're drowning, and I told them to be like, okay, just then enjoy the ride. If you don't feel like you're drowning, then you're not drowning. It's a matter of perception. Swim in delight instead of drown. Oh, great. Thank you, Whitney. Happy for that. Show me more for Secret 13 about this Ace of Cups. 7 of Wands. Yeah, there's this will to not focus on the things that you don't need to focus on. There's a real sense of, okay, I'd rather have one good potential wand in my hands than tons of nonsense that I don't even see anymore. 7 of Wands is a way more wiser card than we give it credit for. It's a card of knowing, choosing your battles. It's a card of choosing your battles. It's a card of someone that really understands which wands serve them and which don't, and doesn't let fiery thing overwhelm them. And it's not that fiery thing are not coming in trying to overwhelm them. They're around. All these wands are around, right? But he's just stepping on it and be like, nope, that's the wand. Right after the Ace of Cups. I feel like it's a sense of self that just feels more self-honoring and self-knowing and doesn't let things derail them. Anything else I can say for Secret for 13 for this moon, please? 6 of Cups in the reverse. So 6 of Cups in the reverse is if you were to do the exercise that I asked you to do in regards to changing your past, right? Changing your memory, thus the experience, thus everything, and staying stuck in it. When I asked to imagine the event or the thing or the trauma and feel it fully to its pain, to its core, yeah. But then don't stop there. Continue to changing the narrative and to having a different emotional response. This is a very Scorpio trait. There's a lot of Scorpio energy here. 5 and 6 of Cups. And the Death card. Scorpio indulges in pain because it learns from the depths and from the pain. It honors it. It honors it, but sometimes it forgets when to stop honoring that and start honoring joy. It's addictive. Pain is addictive. It releases some sort of chemicals that create excitement of some sort. And it teaches you a lot. And Scorpios like to know the truth. So if they learn that pain teaches them, they bring themselves over there. So I don't want you to use that characteristic in the exercise that I've given you to just really feel the pain. Good, great. But then stay there because, oh my God, this is working forever. So it's just, it's halfway, continue. You crossed half the woods. Now don't go into the bad witch's house that, that burns Hansel and Gretel and no, wave to that house and keep going. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? What else for Secret 13? For my seekers. Queen of Wands. I need more. Show me more about this Queen of Wands. I feel like it's like an exterior, another character coming in. Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords fell right between the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. And before it fell, I sensed an exterior energy. So this King of Swords is making another appearance in the reading. And oh, it came out like this. I'm sorry. This is the okay. Who said here that their ex ghosted them? Who was it? This is you. This is the ex who ghosted you. See how he's sneaking? It's Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords? Five of Swords. I'm sorry. Same thing in this case. Mama Jama, you? So here's the thing that stands out here. If this is the person being ghosted, right? Look at her. Enough said. Like, she's the Queen of Wands. She's amazing. Look, Mama, look, this is you. Or whoever it is that was ghosted that wrote me. Yeah. She's the master of the element of fire, speaking of manifestation and alchemy through purification. It's okay. All right. I don't even think I need to. I don't think I need to explain this. Like, I think it's self-explanatory. These are the woods. Rule the woods. And also, look, this is amazing. Actually, this is total winter. And look at how summery this is. Of course, winter drifts away from the sun. It doesn't want to melt down. It wants to stay frozen. If someone or something wants to remain frozen, you can't dim your fire and your sun just to not melt them down. Then they did well by going away. An ice that wants to remain ice shouldn't spend time next to sun, next to light, next to fire. An ice that wishes to remain ice should not spend time next to fire. And fire shouldn't blink. About should the fire remain fire? Yes, the fire should remain fire. Let's just simplify it. And no shade to ice. All elements are important and part of this existence and have the right to exist the way they want to exist. And that's it. Simplify it. So the fire should find water that wants to burn and steam and become ethers. Good. Happy that helped. And look what fell. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Look at the fire here. And here is like, this is literally speaking what it just said. Here's like turning his back to fire. But it fell down in the reverse. So maybe it's not the best thing for this individual to stay ice. But we don't tell people what to do. Unless they're watching my channel. And then whatever I'm saying is, yeah. Listen, just kidding. No, I mean it. Listen. No, just kidding. No, I mean it. Listen. No, just kidding. Okay. Hello, people. All right. You know what? Oh, another card fell. Queen of Swords. Dun, dun, dun. To the King of Swords. Where's the King of Swords? Here. Can you please? Oh, I don't know. You can Google it, VT. Just Google it. I don't remember all the dates. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Okay. So in order for two people to sync, there needs to be a similar frequency. It doesn't mean that swords have to go with swords, wands have to go with wands, cups have to go with cups. Life is complex. We're complex. As I said, we're not just our sun sign. We are our Venus and our Mars and all the jazz. And the rising and the moon, very much so the moon. No. But there has to be some sort of similarity. So, either two people meet in the middle, aka like in the Temperance card, which symbolically is the alchemy of fire and water, by the way. Two different matters combine and create a third element. But that requires an expansion and some sort of sacrifice of both sides, of both elements that are willing to change and transform into something new. Either that, or one person becomes more similar to the other. In this case, we have the similarities, King and Queen of Swords. But even though these are amazing characters in the tarot, and we love them, specifically in context of this reading, here's what I have to say. If you really want to be with someone because you have feelings for them, and that's great, sit down and have a conversation and see what it is that the both of you are willing to do in order to find that common ground where both of you are good with. But one person canceling themselves in order to become the other person probably isn't going to work for the long run. It might work for a month or two, or 5 or 6 if one of you is a very good actor and you can fake. But it won't last. The change has to be conscious and benefic for the individuals who go through it. Okay. Now, change is beautiful. It's great. Evolution is great. Expansion is great. I'm not against, changing for someone, as long as it's a mutual change and as long as that change evolves the person. And it comes from a place that the person really wants to be these things. Just not from a place of complete self-sacrifice. And this is the air element. It's cognitive side. It's communicative. Have the conversation. Okay. I want to pull out an animal spirit. Sorry if I'm being a little bit weird. I'm so tired. I went to sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning today because I had a long night of work. I was shooting for something. And then I slept for about 4 or 5 hours. I woke up. I had a video session with a seeker, like a private reading. And then I went to this event. And then I drank some alcohol. And then I came back home and now I'm doing this live. So I'm exhausted, but I really wanted to do this live for you guys for the full moon. So yeah, sorry if I'm a little bit woozy. Okay. So, animal spirit, please. Oh, that's like 17 animal spirits. No, how about 1 or 2? Too much. Animal spirit, please. Cobra. Speaking of the 13th zodiac, the serpent bearer. Hi, Snake. What's up? Okay. That's a very hypnotizing energy. And a very focused energy. One more card, please. And a rabbit that fell in the reverse. This is a specific message. Either there's someone watching me right now that wants to hurt me, and if you want to hurt me, try it. See what happens to you. And or, for those of you out there, do not play the rabbit in the reverse. Do not play the victim. Because when you play a victim, that opens up automatically, energetically, room for an attacker. Right? Victim mentality brings attacker mentality. Now, I'm not saying that if you feel like a victim, then you're not a victim, because victims are real. They exist. People get hurt, thus they are victims. But just be cautious if you have the tendency to play into the role of the rabbit in the reverse, of the prey. Because if you'll play that role, someone will be cast for the role of the aggressor. So express yourself, portray yourself, show yourself. Not as a rabbit in the reverse. Also not as a cobra. In this case, it was actually like this. So just look at the image. You know what I mean? Like, it's really self-explanatory. I want you to change the writing of this story specifically. Sorry, let me block someone without even giving them credit. Because people who troll and act like that, it's because they want attention. I'm not going to give them that. I think maybe the Cobra was this person. Report. Okay. There we go. And remove. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry that this is taking from your time. I have to do this. Sorry. I should get a moderator. I know. Okay. Great. Awesome. So was that message clear about the cobra and the rabbit? Mama, okay, great. We're gonna, you know what? Let me make you a moderator. I'm gonna make Mama Jama a moderator. Mama Jama, congratulations. You are a moderator. So, so Bionic something. I already reported them, but get rid of them. I don't want to focus on that. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pull a rune for you guys, and then I think we'll be done because we're already almost at an hour. What do you guys think? Let's pull runes. Mama Jama, are you on it? Are you on it, lady? All right. Runes. Runes for my Secret 13. Yay. So, messages from the runes, please. For the seekers who are watching me now, for this full moon, or whenever. Energy is timeless. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. All right. Runes, please. Let's clear that. Message from the runes for this full moon. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so I got a Turisas in the reverse, Wungo in the reverse, Wheeled, which is the empty rune, and Build in the upright. So for those of you who are watching, there's a masculine energy and there's a feminine energy that I'm connecting with, and that the runes are showing. The masculine is in a lot of pain, and the feminine is thriving. It's not interconnected. It's not thriving because of the pain. It's just, I'm connecting to certain feminine energies that used to really sync along with the energies of the masculine in their life. But now are completely unwilling to do so. That are like, I'm Bjork in the upright no matter what. Now, as much as I'm really happy and proud of this feminine energy here, and I am, there's no but, I'm simultaneously do have compassion to the masculine's energy that connect with this message, that are feeling defeated. No one wants anyone to feel defeated or bad or anything of that sort. But the thing about life is we're responsible for it, right? Everything we do, it's once again that butterfly effect. So if someone has brought themselves into feeling this, the Wisas in the reverse and Mungo in the reverse, which is feeling defeated and lacking of joy and just like there's nothing they can do, that's never true. The wheel can always turn. That's the nature of a wheel. And yes, the rise of the divine feminine, of course, but the rise of the divine feminine isn't at the expense of the fall of the divine masculine. No, it's not like the divine feminine is on one side of the wheel and as she goes up, then the masculine goes down. No, it's not that. The whole point is integration. It's not a battlefield where one wins and the other loses. The whole point is that both are integrated into expansion. This feminine that is maintaining her strength in her essence, regardless, this isn't fed by the loss of this masculine or at the expense. This is not a scale where one goes up and the other goes down. This is where each of us takes responsibility for our actions, our doings, our feelings, our choices, all that. And as we fall, we also rise. As we decided to do something to bring us here, we can decide to do something to bring us here. And this feminine here just decides to constantly be here. No, not pulled down, no. And I'm getting a masculine that feels like they're here, but for some reason feel like it's because she's over there, and it's not. There's no room to compare or think that it's because. As you are here, you can be here, and it's all a matter of your actions and choices and decisions. And whatever brought you to this point, you can now decide on doing things that will bring you to this point. Whatever. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, guys? Or are you just chatting over? What are you guys chatting? Yes, okay, good. Women, I don't want you to think that the only way for you to be happy and strong is if you defeat your masculine. That kind of loses the point of love, okay? And that's, I think, the biggest issue with love these days, that people find themselves to be like one versus the other, me versus you, all these power games and struggles, like an ego game. It's like, you're on the same team. Be on the same team. Who calls more? Who cares more? Versus who's more aloof and who plays more, thus cooler. It's so effed up. It's so sad. Honestly, quite boring. If it was a cool, fun game, then okay. It's a boring game. You know what's a fun game? Being mutually in love and really, really awesome towards each other. That's a cool fucking game. Being kind to each other and not shitty to each other. That's a cool game. But being in this mindset of who's on top and who's the dominant and who's the who chases who and who's being chased, it's like, can it be more pathetic and boring? If you are tempted to play games because the other person is playing games, I urge you to not. I urge you to quit the game. Just don't play. Just don't play. Because you play now, okay, maybe you win, and and maybe you get the person, but it's just, how long can you keep up the show that you're required to keep in order to maintain this power balance? Inevitably, at one point, the mask will drop. And then you'll discover you're not in anything. It's not a real connection. It's not a real anything. It's just a hoo-ha. And it will end. So you just wasted all this time and energy on deceit and lie. Just be who you are from the beginning. If it clicks, it clicks. It doesn't, it doesn't. But like, does that make sense? Do you get it? Okay. Good. All right, guys. An hour. You're welcome. So, 65 people in the house, 27 likes. Can I get a boost in the thumbs up before we finish? So if you haven't pressed the like button, I'm asking you to do so. And thank you. You can already see the thumbs going up. Awesome. Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you, guys. Still halfway through, though. Still halfway through. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your super chats and for your general support regardless. Mama Jama, you're doing a great job. I'm going to keep you my moderator. Yeah, say things like that so I won't have to. Okay. Let's give you a little bit of, fun blessing for the weekend. Let's light some sage. Some sage. I'm going to send you a blessing now through the sage. Vivakasha. Okay. You're welcome. So focus on I want you to focus on the smoke. Okay. And I'm going to say some words and just breathe it in. Just breathe it in. Turn black into white. Return the bad, keep the right. All is good, all is safe. Black is white, everything is right. Amen. Okay? Mama Block J Greenspan. Yeah, you're done. I believe in second chances, but there won't be a third. I just don't like that. 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 Okay. Cool. You're welcome. So this is amazing how things work fast. As I finished this blessing of turning negative energy into positive energy, transmuting it, someone exposed themselves for what they are and gave me an opportunity to clear them out. They weren't interfering with the blessing. The blessing was doing its job. That's pretty awesome. Like immediate result. Unbelievable. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I wish you a lovely mid-September and a lovely full moon. Rock and roll, shadow work, and integration. And I am going to really soon start uploading the video Taroscopes for October. Wow, time flies. In the description box, check out Tarot Masterclass to learn tarot. I will link the class for the death card because it's 13, symbolic. Because I also talk over there more about the number 13. But generally, if you want to learn how to be a tarotchi, or if you're just curious about knowing more about any of the cards, it's an entire library where I teach about all the cards. That will be below. Okay, the readings for September are now pretty much more relevant than ever. So even if you watched a reading a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago for September, I do recommend to watch them now because it's the peak of the energies. It's the mid-month. It's where it's mostly relevant. And the extendeds for September, they're focused on love. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen them, it's a double pentagram spread that focuses on you and your person of interest. So we're in the middle of this month, so it's very much so still relevant. So check them out. If you want to book a private reading with me, link to that is also below. It's the existentialship.as.me. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you have PayPal, we can talk. to 2019 Ministers of Magic, which is the extended yearly. There's 4 more months to go, and I dropped the price for a third price because most of the year is gone. So feel free to have fun with that yearly extended Ministers of Magic. And that's it. I'm on Instagram. Come visit me on Instagram, The Existential Shift. Okay, guys. You watched a video from a year and a half ago, and it was extremely relevant to today. Oh, are you referring to 13 to True Secrets of Manifestation? Yeah, guys, go watch True Secrets of Manifestation. It's on my 13th element playlist, and it's always relevant. It was timeless. It's just the truth about manifestation and shadow work. So it's not limited by time.